Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Echoes and Embers. My name is Wes Bjornson, and I'll be your DM now and forever. Before we begin playing Dungeons and Dragons, I almost said DMing, because that's what I do. I play DMing. I'm going to introduce you to my players. Let's go do that. Playing Fenna Teakettle will be the illustrious Remy Squeaks. Playing Solaris will be Gabby. Say hi, Gabby. Playing Calvin will be Cal. Playing Vale will be Mal. And I just realized your all's names rhyme. And finally, say hello, Zelaria.
Hello, Zelaria.
Excellent.
Never gets old.
Can anybody tell me what we were doing in the last game?
Bleeding out.
That you are doing that,
Mort
in fact.
in the ballroom and trying not to let Cal die.
I think all of those are accurate.
You guys are all gone, right? You're all left.
So, Fenna went out the front door. Everyone else went out the mysterious back door.
The side door.
Everyone left Cal dead on the ballroom floor.
That's correct.
Hoping that, I guess, he was going to fix himself.
Mostly right. So, when last we left
So, Adveer again.
Yeah, so when last we left our heroes, we had entered a mysterious castle. We had rescued Fenna and Vale. We'd made our ways down to a ballroom where Mort's constituents, we'll call them, were dancing. They attacked. The party got split, and Zelaria found a side door behind a throne that she exited through. Fenna found the front door, and in a moment of unsuredness, opened it and was pulled through. Supplement 040 and Vale helped Cal fight, and of course, our missing party member, fight the constituents that we spoke about. Most of them were okay, and they made it out. One of them did not. One of them was brought down, essentially, and seemingly slain. At the end of the evening, we had switched over to Fenna Teakettle, and she stood at the edge of a large cliff, and something was urging her to jump, and she stepped back away from the cliff. And then she heard steps behind her, and when she turned, Adveer was there, and she grabbed Fenna's hand and pulled her over the edge of the cliff. Fenna, as you fall down the edge of this cliff, holding hands with a stranger that you've never met, you see hundreds, thousands of souls whipping past you. The wind brushing the hair out of your face and then flying it back. And these souls, they reach out to you. They scream, and you hear children begging for help. You hear old men asking where their wives are. You hear women asking where their children are. What'd you like to do?
What is Adveer doing, like, as these people are screaming at us? I'm assuming she's not reaching out to save them.
When you fell, she was holding your hand. But as you fell into the mist on the other side of the cliff, she sort of let go of your hand, and you've lost sight of her. You can't really see her.
Fabulous. So I'm just falling down a hole of screaming people.
You're free falling over the side of a cliff, covered in mist, with the occasional soul whipping past you. Some of them you can hear their laments.
Great. Do I see a ground I'm about to inevitably just plunk into?
You don't.
It's cry a free action.
Crying is a free action, and I will allow it.
Point from my abductor. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have a mini meltdown as I'm dying, falling through air. That's what I would believe I am actually doing, is dying.
As you begin to panic, the light from the sun begins to fade away, and you realize that you are still covered in this misty free fall. But now it's dark, and you see nothing. Not even souls reaching out to you from before.
Scream! Scream at Bear. I don't know her name. Hello! Hi! I am terrified. What is happening?
And then...
Nothing. Great.
You blink your eyes, and you're standing in a dark, what you think is a room. The freefall is long over. What do you do?
Okay, well, I don't have dark vision, and I honestly don't even think that would help, even if I did. I'm just in a dark room. I'm gonna. Do I see any like faint light? Hear any sounds? Anything that can like orient me?
Roll a perception check.
Well, I mean, it's better than a 6 because that would be worse. You just rolled 2 20s, friend, and now you roll a 9. Perception plus 3, 12.
Yeah, you do actually hear. You don't see any light, but you do hear something that almost sounds like footsteps, kind of clacking, echoing, kind of in front of you.
All right. Hello. Hi. Hi. Where am I? Again? I mean, I've been in a lot of places. I don't know, but like this is a new one. It's dark in here.
No voice response.
Great. Okay. Am I like? Did I like fall onto a floor?
Yeah, you're standing on a floor. You're in a room.
So like I'm feeling the tile.
You don't feel tile under your feet. You feel jagged, sort of unfinished rock under your feet.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Do I feel a wall? Like if I'm on my hands and knees, I'm Vaelmyring through it. Then
When you get to the wall, you feel the same sort of uneven earthen texture on the wall, and you figure out pretty quickly you're inside of a cave.
Oh, ew. Okay. In a cave. Well, is this reality? Do I hear the song? Do I hear things I haven't heard in a while?
You hear some more footsteps echoing from somewhere in front of you.
Cool. I love people coming at me and me being able to not do anything about it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this place is magical. I'm going to produce a flame. Do I produce a flame? I've done magic in forever.
When you raise your hand to produce this flame, you start to really focus, and there's nothing. You do at this point start to see sort of a faint green glow coming from in front of you.
Okay, well. Fenna's hair's green. She's not gonna be terrified of green. But you saying there's a faint glow. It's coming, I'm assuming, with the walking steps in a thing that I can't see might look like a lantern if I was to be able to have eyeballs. But I don't know that yet, so I think I'm going to scurry up the wall. And I'm gonna try to, if it's coming at me, I think I'm gonna try to get like to the side of it and see if I can see it before it sees me. Like stealthy. Let's try stealth.
Okay.
Unless we just tried yelling.
Roll a stealth check.
Terrible. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm stealthy. I have a 24.
Where are you hiding?
Well, I can't see shit. So I'm assuming I think I'm going to be hiding in the darkness. Now, if this person has dark vision, that shit doesn't matter.
Right. With the 24, you are as hidden as you think you are. And this light begins to grow stronger and stronger. And then in walks a woman. A tall woman. She is mostly silver-haired with some pink streaks kind of running through it. She wears a black tunic. And she says, Fenna? Fenna. She takes another few steps and she looks around. Fenna. She takes another few steps.
Please tell me you're not here to eat me. I've had a lot of weird things happen to me, and that sounds like, people seem to want to do creepy things to me. Are you here to eat me?
It's a pleasure to finally get to talk with you, Fenna. I am not here to eat you. I am here to answer a few questions I think you might have. But, and she looks around at the cave. Do you want to go somewhere more comfortable than this?
I mean, you're the one who brought me here. Yeah, I would like to go somewhere where, like, my magic works and I feel safe. Can you bring me to one of those places? Maybe home? I would like to go home.
She turns and wordlessly begins to walk down the hallway that she came from.
Cool.
Do you follow her?
Yeah, Adver is so tall. Dude, and she walks on point shoes, so she's extra tall because she does walk on point in her ballet shoes. And yeah, I'm gonna follow her, while also trying to see if I can produce a flame, just to see if there's anything I can do magically to know if I had to hurt her, if I could hurt her. Then I know it's not going to work.
Yeah, so you walk behind this tall elf, clicking your fingers, just sort of looking at your hand, not really focusing on where you're going, 'cause you're trying to do this thing. And when you stop and you look up, you realize you are in a different room. There's a heaviness to this room you're in now. And it seems like a throne room almost. As your eyes adjust to the newfound light from the blue and red sconce torches that are on the walls to the sides, the first thing that becomes readily apparent is Adver walking toward a throne that is massive. Probably 20 feet tall, this throne.
Yeah.
And behind it, there's a thin bridge that leads to this gigantic tower. It seems to disappear into beyond your line of sight. It's so tall. And she says, "Welcome to my home, Fenna." And she kind of points around. Make yourself comfortable. Not that we really have much to do that with, but you understand.
Your home is so interesting. Yeah, you know what? You could just bring me back to the elder tree and we could have a lovely conversation. I think my mom would probably even make us biscuits. Wouldn't that be so much more delightful? I got tons of furniture. I got like 36 or 47 siblings. I never keep count. But, we could go there instead of this terrifying world.
That's actually why I brought you here, Fenna. Is that very thing that you just said.
Oh.
And she walks over to the throne, and she puts her lantern down beside it, and she plops her butt up onto the seat with a hop. She says, "I've been watching you for a while. And I think you can help me. And I think I can help you." And she sort of motions for you to walk over to where she's sitting.
The giant skeleton daddy throne.
Right.
At this point, I would believe Panira's throne is made of actual bone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, right. Absolutely. You want me to walk up to the throne of bones?
She motions beside
sure.
it, and she pats it like a couch.
Yeah, okay. We're both gonna sit up on Niren's throne together. I mean, this is Team Dreams, but weird. Okay.
Do you do it?
Yeah.
As you get over there, she reaches her hand down, and she sort of helps you get up, because the seat of this chair is 5 feet off the ground easily. And once you get plopped up there, she turns to you and she says, "My name is Adver. I know you're Fenna. I've asked you to come here today because, like I said, I need your help. And I think I can help you. We're going to start with my request." And she sort of leans back. "I have a friend that's missing. And this friend is important to me. I think I know who's taken this friend. But the problem is the person that I'm looking for is difficult to find.
But you think I can find them? Do you know that I've been to the Elder Tree and everything else that has ever happened to me has happened to me in the past, month and a half?
Yeah, no, I'm aware of your circumstances. But the reason I'm asking you for your help, Fenna, is because, well, A, there's a few people in your party that have already met the person I'm looking for. And she sort of holds her hand out, and an image begins to form. And it is the man that was chained to the well. She says, I think this guy has stolen one of my friends, and I'm going to do everything I can to get her back. I feel guilty asking you to help me for free, so that's not what I'm asking. I'm proposing a partnership. There will come a time when you'll need me, I promise. And I'll be there.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I think I've seen that guy once. He told us how to steal a scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a friend of yours?
There was a time when I thought so. Many eons ago. But those times have passed.
Eons.
Well, time works a little differently for us.
For us?
She goes to hop off the throne. Roll a perception check.
Yeah. Ooh. I think that's a 19, but let me make sure. Did what? Perception?
Perception, yeah.
18.
With an 18, you notice that when she goes to kind of push herself off the throne with her arms, that a piece of her upper arm is just bone. And it very quickly is recovered with her dress, and she slides off. My friend's name is Jargon. Isn't that a silly name? I've been looking for him for some time, and you're the first mortals I've met who have come into contact with him. In fact, the reason I'm trying to find him is he's stealed away his wife, who... And then she looks a little sad, and she says, was my best friend. And then there's a moment where it's like she can't speak. She feels kind of chalked up. She clears her throat. Let me give you a tour. Here, come on down. She reaches her hand out for you to take it.
I'll take it.
And she kind of helps
Where
you
exactly are we here?
Well, that's a great question. She looks down at you with like a very warm smile as the two of you begin to walk over this long bridge. She says, this is what happens when you die, Fenna. This bridge will usually be covered with patrons, I like to call them. People looking for their afterlife. And they'll cross this bridge, and they'll ascend the infinite staircase. And I'm sure you've heard all about that. Isn't it a trip to find out it's real? It blew my mind when I first found it. And you guys make it to the other side. And she says,
Is this your way of telling me I'm actually dead in like a light-hearted, funny way, so that way I come with you willingly?
Unfortunately, no. Your time will come, and I expect we'll have a lot of fun times when your time does come, but it is not now. I just kind of wanted to show you around so you understood my next request. There's usually thousands of people here. And as you can see, she looks around at the vacant, gigantic bridge. There's no one here. And we can't have that. And she opens the front door to this ascending, gigantic tower. And there's a floating orb in the middle of the doorway. See, the problem is, the last beacon of light has died. And when that happens, we just don't really have the capacity to deal with that soul. Sort of clogs up the tower, so to speak. So, you, being a friend to, and she points at the beacon, and you can see Cal's face smiling, and you see it almost like a camera pan out, and he's sitting in his bar with a lute, and there are people all around him smiling, and Sir Gregory leans over and sort of punches Cal on the shoulder. And
No, you can't. You don't understand. He's not. Cal. He's not dead. I just left him a couple minutes ago. He was perfectly fine. He's not dead. He can't be dead. He can't be dead. No, you don't understand. He can't be dead. I just left him. I could save him. I can't be here. I just left him. Well, I mean, I used to be able to save him.
She reaches down and takes your hand. And she says, Fenna, I can't be responsible for the last beacon of light dying. She reaches up and she grabs the orb. She pulls it and puts it in your hand. She says with a smile, I need you to go back and try to save your friend.
Yeah, he came back for me. Yeah.
Good. There's some things you need to know. Saving someone after they've died is not it's not always doable. So when you touch this to his chest, if he doesn't wake up, I guess we'll have to formulate a new plan.
See, you've been real nice, and I don't want to lie to you, but recently I think I lost the thing that made me special. Because everything used to talk, everything used to sing, and now I can't even produce a flame. I can't save a beacon. I can't even do anything anymore.
She kneels so that she's about the same height as you. And she says, Fenna, where does your power come from?
Well, at first I thought it came from the lake in which I lived, but then and I thought maybe it came from a god, and maybe I made him angry. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Fenna, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Your power, like the others of your ilk, it comes from nature. Nature is a strange thing. Because the way we think of nature is trees, and forests, and ponds, and grass. That's not what nature really is, Fenna. Because everything is nature. Everywhere around you, there is strength for you to draw. They have lied to you in this Godscar, told you your magic won't work. Your magic doesn't come from the place that theirs does. That rocky pit, that lightning in the sky, all the things you see over there, that's still nature. I've been watching you for a time, and you have this need for some reason to let things happen to you. You don't dictate where you go, or what you do, or who you fight. A thing has chased you for months now, and you've not retaliated. Fenna, your magic works just fine. And in fact, the thing chasing you, the creature, is Mort. He's a rabid dog. He needs to be put down. She hands you the orb. I'm trusting you to go do that.
Okay. Okay. I will try.
She stands up. Do you want to save your friend, Fenna?
Of course I do.
Then don't go try. She waves her hand. And when she waves her hand, everything gets dim except for the arc that she waved her hand in. And a sort of portal appears. She says, "Go show me that you belong in nature, Fenna."
Thank you. I don't know why you're helping me, but I hope you find your friend. I know what it's like to be alone in the world.
When you say that, Petey Fizzwinks from behind her boot kind of peeks his head around. He says, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to find her." And she looks down at Petey and looks at you. And she kind of shoves you through the portal. When you next blink and open your eyes, the front castle door that you passed through stands in front of your eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna enter it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I got the orb. I'm gonna hold it real tight.
Mm-hmm.
If I enter the room, do I see Cal on the floor?
When you open the door and you enter the room, most of the lights have gone out. The fires that light the sconces seem to have burned out. But you do see Cal's lifeless, pale corpse on the dance floor.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go running on over to that.
Yeah.
And ooh, okay. It's in everything. In this ballroom, I'm assuming it has lots of windows, right? Because I've been in this ballroom a million times. I know.
Yeah. There's lots of really high stained glass windows. It's almost a cathedral more than a ballroom, but it's been like cleared of pews to be danceable. You see flashes of purple lightning outside.
Perfect. That's what I want to see. So I'm gonna get down on my knees in front of Cal. And as I'm like pushing this orb into his body, I want to be like, I'm like looking out the window, and I'm thinking about all the times I stood at the window in my room and I watched that purple lightning, and I'm gonna try to like invite it in and make it into like a song that I understand, and make it into the nature I can control.
You start
and
to...
while I'm shoving this in, I'm gonna try to pop a revivify into his body.
Okay. You start to hear bits of the song in this place where you've never heard magic before. You've never heard this. You've never felt Bulger's presence. You start to get that tingly feeling, and you start to hear the wild forest noise that you're used to. And you lay this orb down on Cal's chest. I need you to roll an Arcana check. Actually, it's not a check. This will be an Arcana saving throw, I guess.
Okay. Oh, thank God that one rolled the 19 and not the 3 that lives beside it, or the 1 that lives beside it. That scared the shit out of me when I was looking from the side. You said Arcana, that's +5, so 24. Thank God that's a good roll.
4. You place the sphere down on his chest, and there's a moment. Calathor, you, sir, have had a long day out in the fields, and before long, your son runs up and he says, "Daddy, can we go inside? Is it time to get the story for the evening?"
I don't know if you finish your chores.
Well, I mean, most of them. Still got to pull some potatoes.
Well, you know, it's never time for the story until you get those potatoes pulled.
All right, Daddy. And he turns and he kind of hops away happily. All around you are villagers that you've grown up with, you've protected, you've hunted with. You know them all by name. These are the people that raised you, essentially. And old Fred Wilkins. Fred Wilkins is a man that you've always known to be a curmudgeon-y old fuck. Walks past and he says, "You got that boy picking taters again, I expect."
It's honest work.
Oh, how come you ain't teaching him the sword, Calathor?
I don't know the sword.
And he looks down at your gigantic hammer. He says, "You know what I mean."
Listen, the hammer chooses the person. The person doesn't choose the hammer. And, you know, the hammer says he ain't up for it.
And old Fred Wilkins looks at you and figures. And he starts to wander off. You finished your chores for the day. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go tinker my blacksmithing shed.
Okay. You're not far from your home. You can see it over the grassy hills. You can kind of see it. And as you begin to march toward it, there's this older woman, and she's carrying this like huge bushel of wheat. It's way too oversized for her. And she drops it, and she's panting, and she looks back at you as you're approaching her. "Calathor, would you mind to help me carry this back to the village?"
Calathor, we'll ask Hammer if it's okay.
You feel the hammer start to vibrate in your hand, and you hear the old familiar voice. I don't see no reason you can't help this lady. Sure, Steve whispers.
I'm gonna be like, good answer, Hammer. Good answer. And I'm gonna reach over with the hammer and like pick up the satchel and
Yeah, just effortlessly. When you go to reach and pull it over, I need you to roll initiative for me.
Alright.
That means I need my dice.
Ooh. 10?
You put your hand down on the bushel of wheat and you pull it up with a hammer. You feel a sharp poke in your hand as the bushel fights back. He's gonna roll to hit. Does a 10 beat your AC?
No, a 10 doesn't.
Some thorn in this wheat bushel made an attempt, but he is far below the firmness of Calathor's hand. What would you like to do?
Alright. So, I am going to use my flame tongue light hammer.
Okay.
And so the big hammer I use is basically just the thing I turn around. I have a bunch of like war hammers that I use to.
Like around your
He's got
belt?
like 15. He's got like 15 hammers.
Nice, love
So
it.
he's gonna use his flame tongue hammer to. He's gonna hold it up, and it's gonna catch on fire.
Okay, let me see if roll to hit.
All right. Oh gosh, babe. All right, I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you go to ignite this bushel of hay or this bushel of wheat, and it just, for whatever reason, the flame ain't licking today. Maybe it's a little damp on the inside. And you're insulted as the old lady snickers at you, and you almost feel the bushel of wheat chuckle at your failure as it sprouts another bush of thorns and takes a 14 to hit.
All
Does a
right.
14 hit?
14? No, it doesn't hit me, no.
Excellent. Just not good enough to get through the thickness of your hand. What would you like to do?
I'm going to ignite that hammer again.
Do it. Roll to hit.
Hold it up. There we go. Got that natural 20, actually. All right.
You ignite the hammer again, and the whole bushel starts to ember out and starts to catch flame. And you hear the old woman gasp in amazement.
Mission accomplished!
As you have successfully defeated a bale of wheat.
You never get the hay to act right around here. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. It doesn't take long to cut another big bushel and carry it back for the old lady. And before long, like I said, you make it back to your village. And the old woman says, "Thank you, Calthor. I don't know what I would have done with all those thorns in that wheat." And she takes the bushel from you and she puts it on her shoulders. She sort of begins to trot away. It's at that time that your daughter sees you, and she's pulling water from the well in the middle of this village. This village is laid out like a circle with a well in the middle. It's a very simple village. There's probably 20 people that live here. And she notices you're there. And she turns and runs toward you. She says, "Daddy, did you hear they got 2 new people that came to the village? There's 2 new people here."
Oh. What are these people like?
"Well, I haven't got to see them yet. I'm told they're staying over at the tavern. Could we go talk to them? I don't think I've ever met no new people."
You finished your chores?
"Yep, all finished." And she holds up her bucket of water.
We'll walk over and talk to him.
Great. We cut over to Vael, Supplement, and Zalaria. You guys find yourself convened in this tunnel on the other side of the throne. What would you like to do?
How dark is it down there?
It's actually not that dark. Every probably 10, 20 feet, there's a sconced like torch. This tunnel's pretty well lit, and it's pretty well constructed. There's no natural element to this. It's all brick, and it's actually so wide that you could walk probably 2 abreast.
Are the sconces already lit, or do they kind of light as we walk?
They seem to already be lit, but it feels magical. Every now and then there will be a blue spark that shoots off of this red fire. So you get the impression they're probably always lit.
I'm gonna start walking down the tunnel.
Great.
And I'll just say to the girls, I must leave this place. I must leave this place. Now.
No argument here, but is this a normal day for you people?
Yeah, pretty normal, I would say.
Unfortunately.
No. This
In
is
fact,
not normal. Cal
This is
does not
quite
die every day.
mild. Wait, what? What happened? Supplement.
Cal
what
died.
Did you just? What do you mean he died?
We tried to save him and could not. He is in the ballroom. He is dead.
And you just left his body?
This does not
there?
happen every day.
Oh, Lord.
I think I had to.
So, should we continue down this hallway or go back?
I must leave this place Now. And Sup's just gonna start walking down the hall.
Okay.
I sure as hell don't know how to get out of here, but I guess we can go straight and come back for the body later.
As you begin to walk down this hallway, you start to get this smell, the scent in the air of almost like roasting meat. It's difficult to describe. It smells delicious in a off-putting way. Do you continue down the hall?
Yes.
Do I recognize
That
that
does.
scent?
Oh, actually, Zalaria, you 100% do. This is a cooking person. There is no question.
That is what I figured.
Roll
yeah, well,
roll a feral check for me, Zalaria.
Oh shit.
Oh, I hope this doesn't go down that path. Oh no, please roll.
18.
I did not account for you murdering the whole fucking party, but we're gonna have the same problem with you we have with Alexi.
Immediately goes feral, kills everybody.
Right, I didn't even fucking think about that. Okay.
Woohoo!
But
I
18
read an 18.
I mean, good
18
luck trying to kill the robot, but,
yeah,
you know.
Shit.
I'm gonna suck all that
Solarian
oil out of
chomping
you.
on wood. Nom, 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 nom.
Someone's just carrying Zalaria like,
You're a
can you make this
toy."
stop?
Yeah.
Veil's bleeding out in the hallway. 18 saves.
No.
And you very quickly become aware of what the smell is.
Let me just tell you all that if we continue down this path, you're not going to like what you see.
I did
It's
not like what I saw before.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you. It is human flesh being cooked over a spit or something like that.
It's good stuff.
I'm kind of curious.
Smells great to me.
I would like to see who's cooking dinner tonight.
Right.
I'm a vegetarian. I would not.
Are you guys walking as you're
You
as
don't
you're
have
talking?
to eat it, Vale.
Okay.
You don't have to eat it. You just have to see it.
Right.
Don't really want to.
It's about that time that you walk into a large dome-like room. There is a corpse hanging from a chain from the ceiling, and under the corpse is a fire. And there seems to be nothing else in the room.
Who's the corpse?
Not anybody you immediately recognize. The charred smell is not a fresh meat charred smell. This thing's probably been on here for a minute.
It's
Can
not
we
Sir
tell if
Gregory,
it's
who we haven't
male or
seen.
female?
It's a little hard to tell because even the no-no parts have been sort of melted away. But just from the size of the corpse, probably a guy.
What else is going on in this room? Are
Roll
there
an
other
investigation check for
doors?
me.
Are there other?
Yeah, roll an investigation. check.
Yeah. Okay. I'm really sad that Cal is dead. That was an 8.
This is just a dome where we cook people, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's
I'm
got one of
really
these in
sad
their
that
house,
Cal
and this is
dead.
that
That's what I'm poking at.
Yeah.
I would like a triad investigation.
I think that's a great idea.
Please.
Please try an investigation.
Can I help?
Somebody
Veil,
else roll
absolutely
better
help.
than me.
Veil's gonna give
Okay.
you
Advantage? All right. Well, let's try again. Oh shit! On the floor. Okay. Great. Well, that is 15.
Okay, 15's pretty good. And that's with advantage, right?
Yeah. The other one was an 8.
Yeah, take the 15. You don't see doors or even decorations, but what you do notice, because of your experience with corpses in the last month or so, is There seems to be a line cut down the torso of this corpse, and you almost see something glowing inside of the cut.
Do I know what that could be based on?
You could roll a history check for me. I'm
do it.
gonna say it with disadvantage because there's a chance you would know this, but it's not a strong chance.
Okay. I don't think I have any. No, I don't. Okay. With disadvantage.
If she's taking a closer look at this and like I can tell that she's looking at the incision, can I see if the incision looks medical in any way?
Yeah, roll a medicine check for me. That's fine.
Mine with disadvantage was a 15, just FYI.
Oh, it's still okay. All right, let's see what this medicine check is.
14. 14 for the medicine.
I'm gonna say that you can tell that this incision is A, surgical. Perfect. It's not jagged, it's not weird, there's no loose fleshy bits ripping off. And B, seems to be have you ever had like a leather tunic or like a leather piece of outerwear, like a jacket or something, and the edges of the sleeve get like sort of worn into where there's no sharpness anymore? It's like blunt. It seems to be that. Probably you get the impression from like friction against something touching this incision. With a 15, I'm going to say you don't know what this is exactly, but you can tell, just like Vael, there might be something inside this corpse that you would want.
Yes. So one more question. Does it look like from the remains that there has been any carving done? Like, has this been a body to just hang there as is? Or has it been eaten off of or carved up in any way? Besides the slice down the middle.
Right. It's not chewed upon. It's not carved upon. And you notice the closer you all get to the corpse that the fire, even though it's producing this roasted flesh smell, is not hurting the corpse. The corpse is blackened as though it we're in a house fire or something, but it's not getting worse. It's not progressing.
Okay. I would like to approach the corpse, and is it hanging way high above my head, or is it about?
Its feet are dangling in this camping fire. It's cooking fire.
Okay, so it's being hung from top down.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to go investigate the chest crevasse.
Hey, purple lady? I don't think I know your name. I need to ask you a really unfortunate question. Are you sure that's dead?
Well, there's only one way to find out. But what I can tell you, and I kind of lick my fangs, is that I don't sense any running blood in there. So my assumption is that it's dead.
Do you touch the body, Zalaria?
I look really close without touching first.
No, touch the body.
Actually, are there any fire pokers or anything of that sort hanging around?
Nothing like that immediately evident.
Well, I have daggers.
You do have
daggers. I sure do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to approach the body and pull out my daggers. I'm going to kind of stick them inside this incision and sort of pry apart, because you said I noticed something glowing in there. So I'm going to get a better look without touching the skin.
Yeah. Great. When you open this sort of almost like rubbery textured flesh, inside of it, there is a blue stone that faintly glows and almost throbs as it glows, and it's where this corpse's heart should be, inside of its ribcage.
Are there like any kind of sinews or muscles?
The gore is intact inside of this thing, and all of the pieces that should connect to a heart are instead connected to this stone.
Okay. I'm going to turn around to Vael. Vael, was it? I'm Zelaria, by the way. I'm not sure that we had formal introductions earlier, but do you have experience with medicine at all?
I don't think anything I know is going to help this man, but yes.
Well, you asked me if he was alive earlier, and I don't think he's exactly alive, but I suspect he's probably not dead.
Take advantage for that, Vael. That was funny. I don't think I'm going to help this guy.
Our team is really good at spotting dead bodies. Cal, sup,
Yeah.
dead
Nailing
body.
it, guys.
Vael.
Do you have something sharp or, like a knife or anything in your... Do you have anything like that?
I mean, you seem to have the dagger thing covered, but I do have, and she's just gonna pull out of her pack. She's like, I don't know why they didn't take this stuff from me, but I do have, and she just like rolls out a whole like pack of very sharp medical implements and scalpels and pliers, and she's like, and I also have this sickle.
Okay. The pliers there. Can you assist me with this? So I'm gonna keep
I
this
got
open.
pliers and I got like the forceps. Do you think we'll use both?
So listen to me very carefully. I would like for you to pry this blue stone, but do not touch anything on this corpse. Do not touch anything on this corpse.
Mm-hmm. No, I got that. Are there ribs? Do we need to spread? I have a rib spreader.
There are ribs. There are. But they're not doing their traditional, like, they're not so close that you can't just put your hand inside of this cavity. You get the idea that the ribs have been spread long before you.
Okay. I need everyone to know that this woman has an autopsy kit in her backpack.
Pulls out a
Yes.
trocar.
Bone saw, whole night. Okay, yeah, she's got enough little implements that I'm gonna reach in there and try to pry this stone loose without touching anything.
Also,
I'm just gonna be like,
touch the stone
Zelaria, can you use your daggers to like stabilize so we don't have a swinging motion? Because that would be unfortunate.
Oh, yes.
Kind of macabre. Maybe just stab him in the back and hold him while I'm coming at him from the front.
So Zelaria keeps one knife in, holding his chest skin to the sky, and she kind of steps to the side of him, and she just grabs her other dagger and like stabs it into his back.
Gross.
And just like holds it there and pries it open so that she can have access to this blue stone.
Okay.
You have an excellent career in surgery ahead of you.
Roll.
Well, thank you. I live forever.
I live forever. I'm immortal. Roll me a performance check with disadvantage, Vael.
Oh God,
Vael. Okay.
Performance. Okay, it's not terrible. With disadvantage. For you. Oh, I could have had a natural 20. Okay. 12.
12. You guys watch as Vael's hands begin to sort of get inside of this guy. And she is elbows deep in this rather large man's torso. And her hands are shaking. And she steadies herself. And her clamps lock on to the stone, and when they do, her thumb brushes against it. And when you watch her thumb brush against the stone, she immediately disappears.
Oh no.
She gone.
Oh shit.
That's
And this is where Vael
disappears.
dies.
There's no.
Oh no, what happened? Oh, Remy died.
Uh-oh.
sorry, I died. My bad.
Remy disappeared.
Let's wait for her to come back.
My bad, guys. My screen
I'm
was acting
Energy
up.
Kettle. Hi guys.
Hey.
Oh, my screen is not screening. That doesn't help.
There we go.
There we go.
Excellent.
Here I am.
There she is. She back.
Your daughter begins to kind of pull you toward this tavern, Calathor. And she looks up at you and says, I'm nervous. What do I say to new people?
And I hand her a hammer. And I'll just say, this'll help.
Okay. Eddie, you want me to hit the new person?
If they back talk.
Oh, well, yeah, if they back talk, of course.
Yeah.
She sort of bravens herself up and struts inside. What do you do?
I'm going to follow after her.
Okay. The swinging doors on this tavern are sort of like, kind of jacked up from years of abuse. You get the idea that this is probably the only source of entertainment in this village. And when you walk in, it's very dimly lit, so your eyes sort of readjust. It's never daylight outside, but it is. You do have periods of being able to see more than others, and this is what you and your villagers would call daytime. But you don't see any new people. And you hear your daughter look up to the bartender. She says, Pistachio, I heard there were new folks. Is that not true? Daddy said I could meet them. Pistachio, a small gnome man, leans over and his little white tuft of beard sort of drags through a drink. Oh, sorry, child. No, they're all visitors, but they've taken a room upstairs. And the little girl looks disappointed, and she says, well, I guess we'll try again later, Daddy. She looks at you, and she sort of begins to strut out. You better hurry, Mama's waiting. She's going to have dinner soon.
I'm going to pat her on the back and be like, let's just find out if we have to go or not. And I'm going to be like, I'm just going to yell out, new guys!
Give me a performance roll, then.
Oh. $16?
You shout loud as fuck. Echoes bounce off the tavern walls, and you watch Pistachio go, ah! I feel like your kind forget how large they are, Calathor. And he looks up at your large Furbolgian body, huge rippling muscles poking out of the sides of your vest. Calathor, you notice that your daughter is sort of slipping out of the tavern, and Pistachio notices the same thing. And he says, "But before you go, could I have a moment of your time, Cal?"
I'm gonna look at my daughter, look back at him, and say, "You got until she disappears behind the wall."
He sort of waves you in conspiratorially. I'm not super sure about those new folk, Cal. You're the only warrior the village has. Can you just keep an eye out in case something happens?
Calathor will absolutely keep an eye out. And I'm gonna turn to the hammer and be like, "Hammer, keep an eye out."
Gotcha, bro. Steve says back to you. I heard them talking about the old king has arisen. The Godscar hasn't had a king in hundreds of years, Calathor. If Saxon Ickefeld is back, we're not safe.
If he comes back, Hammer will fix.
Okay. And he reaches his tiny hand out. His hand, when spread apart, is about the circumference of a frog's paw. He touches the back of your hand and he says, "That makes me feel better, Calathor." You've always had a way about you. And he goes back to kind of sipping on his oversized, gigantic mug of ale. Go on and get. I'll let you know if anything crazy happens.
And then I'm just gonna walk out.
When you walk out, the day is sort of turning into night, as if that's a thing in the Godscar. But you notice that the light, the ambient light, is sort of getting dimmer, and you notice a bunch of orphan kids in a circle, and you start to hear some commotion, some noise. And these orphan kids, they're a common thing in the village. These are sort of street rats, so to speak. Kids whose parents have died, and for one reason or another, they chose not to live with one of the other families in the village. But they are in a circle, and they are making commotion, almost shouting, sort of.
What are you little bastards up to?
The big one looks back and he says, "Oh shit, it's a dad! Should we..." And your daughter stands up, and her nose is bleeding a little.
And I'm gonna be like, "Where's your hammer?"
She sort of raises her hammer.
Use it.
And the big one looks back. And your daughter looks at the big one. Need you to roll initiative for your daughter, sir.
We are playing Pokemon. I'm loving it.
You got a 18?
Fuck, 18. I got a 2 and an 8, so you go first.
Hey.
You are playing your daughter.
All right. So the hammer I gave her is... Give me just a second. It's the light Warhammer of Warning. So it's like a little hammer. But it is badass. So
Okay, cool.
I'm going to try to hit the big one right in the face with it.
Okay, we're hitting a child in the face with a hammer. Let's do it.
Look, she's little. You know, she's a lot smaller than him.
You're right.
So
You're
she's not
absolutely
going to kill him.
Yeah.
Got to teach these guys a lesson. Hey, 13.
Considering he's an 8-year-old, I'm going to say a 13 beats his AC. So roll damage.
All right. Let's see here. Boop. D4. All right, she got 6.
6 damage. With a big swing back, you just plant that little hammer right in the bully's face. And you watch as his cheeks fold in around the hammer for a second. And his eyes get big as he falls back unconscious. His little buddy bully, a small red-headed boy missing 2 of his front teeth, says, "You're gonna pay for that!" And he reaches back and he swings at her. Yeah. Does a 2 hit you? I'm gonna tell you it doesn't. So he misses. It is your daughter's turn.
All right. She's going to, instead of hitting the second one with the hammer, she's just going to leg sweep him with the hammer.
Beautiful. Roll the hit.
Let's see. 13 again?
Yeah, on an 8-year-old missing his 2 front teeth, I think 13 is going to do the trick. So you sweep his feet out from under him with the hammer, and he falls flat. And his eyes get real big as you lift the hammer above your head. What happens?
Yeah, she's going to swing the hammer down about 2 inches from the side of his face. And just, wow!
Just plack it into the dirt.
Yep.
Mission accomplished.
The little boy looking over at the hammer and the dust sort of rising says, we're not going to do it no more. We promise. And he kicks his big buddy in his butt and says, yeah, we won't do it no more. And they both sort of stand up and start to scurry away.
I'm gonna grab both of them by the scruffs of their neck and be like, "Let this be a lesson to you. Don't fight people with hammers." And then I'm just gonna let them go.
They immediately book ass as the little crowd of street rats sort of dissipates. Your daughter says, "Daddy, did you see? I kicked the shit out of both of them."
I'm gonna high five.
Yeah. All right. I've got a warrior's hunger. And she turns around and with her little hammer, she sort of trots back to your house.
So proud.
You guys just watched Vael disappear as she touched this glowing blue heart. What would you like to do?
I don't understand what is happening today.
You and me both, sister. Oh, you're muted.
Zelaria, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
I literally said you and me both.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Right when you said that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, this was a new one for me as well. I'm gonna kind of look around. I'm still holding him like half open while with the knife in his back.
Right.
Is the stone still there? Or
No,
is the stone gone too?
The stone is there.
Oh.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is Sup. Do you still have that rainbow yarn?
Yes.
Don't you have like a blanket or a glove or something? A sock that you made?
I could make one.
Don't.
Can you make a glove?
Okay.
Or even just like a little piece of cloth that's big enough to go around my hand.
Zelaria, why do we want the stone that made someone disappear?
Because
Can
it's
we just
shiny.
leave this place?
Want it?
It's shiny and I want it. Take advantage, Zelaria.
If you cannot touch it, I might be able to touch it.
That's true. You are made of wood. Very good point. Well, I will pry this open if you care to try. Oh, the glove thing. That would also still, I think that might work.
Okay. Is there, before I do this, quick look around the room. I'd like to do another investigation check.
Absolutely.
There's nobody else in this room. There's nothing else going on.
Roll it, champion.
That was a 19.
I think the line I told you the first time is you are in a big rocky dome. And so with a 19, I will tell you, you're in a big rocky dome.
Hey.
No doors.
Okay,
no
cool.
windows, no other people.
Love that. No doors, including the one that we came in?
The one you came in is still there.
Okay. I'm going to take a step towards the fire. Can I investigate the fire? Is there anything creepy about this fire?
Yes,
Is it
you
just
absolutely
fire?
may. Roll investigation.
Okay. That was a 16.
I put two things in this room, and I was worried you guys weren't going to look at one of them. With a 16, you notice that the fire is... well, especially as you get closer to it, you notice that it is not hot. It is, it's almost like it's not even there. It's almost like it's an illusion.
Zelaria, something is wrong with this room. The fire is not the fire. I would know. I am made of wood, and I do not want to burn.
Well, I don't have the same relationship with fire that I used to.
That's very true now.
So I pull the daggers out and I kind of lean down towards the fire, and I'm going to put my hand through it like I normally do, that I can have for the last year over and over.
Yeah. Nothing happens. No blistering, no immediate healing, nothing happens. You
Is it like
also
a...
don't feel any heat, you don't feel friction, you don't feel magic like for a portal. You're pretty sure in the castle of the King of Illusions, this is an illusion kind of designed to freak people out, keep them away from this corpse.
I still want that blue shiny thing.
You still gonna grab it, Sup?
Also, where did our new friend Vael go?
That is why I don't want to touch the stone.
Well, she touched the skin.
She touched the stone.
Yeah.
She touched the stone, okay.
What are we doing here, guys?
I cannot go back from where we just came. So I will grab the stone.
You watch as Supplement sort of... I don't want to say nervously, because Supplement does not feel nervous, but apprehensively slowly begins to push her hand forward. You watch her mechanical fingers wrap around the stone, and then nothing happens.
Well, I've got a great idea, and I grab Sup by the mechanical wrist, and I touch the stone.
As you say,
grab
I've
it.
got a great... Supplement 040 disappears.
Oh, shit. I still grab the stone. Like, that motion still happens.
Okay.
This is where all three of us die.
Get your new characters ready.
I was gonna say, somebody's supposed to definitely get the stone. Instead, we all just touch the stone, so now we're all inside it.
Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, like... Have you ever watched that video where a mouse is trying to get the cheese out of a trap and he dies? And then another mouse comes and starts, like, fucking that mouse's body, and then the second trap goes off and kills that mouse. This is just that over and over and over.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Also, like, we're in it now.
Right. We're gonna move over to Fenna.
Great.
Love that for me.
Fenna, you've waited about 10 minutes, and it has become apparent that whatever's supposed to be happening didn't work.
Isn't happening. Okay. Does he seem dead? Like actually like dead, or
His skin is the color of paper.
okay,
He's been dead so long that there might even be like a very slight like stiffening of his joints.
okay. Yeah. But this is my job, and I got to figure out how to fix him. So
When you say that to yourself, you remember the echo of Advir's voice saying, "We don't know if it'll work, and it realistically might not."
yeah, no, I hear that. I understand that.
Mhm.
You said I can start. I'm starting to finally hear the song again. So I think what I would be doing is I'd be sitting over his body, like singing it to him. But while I'm doing it, I think without even thinking about it, I'm pumping a Spare the Dying, just like constantly trying to spare his life. As I think about all the times we have been in this weird friendship of being stuck in this group together. And I'm just like, come on. I know you can do it. And I don't see anyone around me, do I? Do I see people? I mean, this used to be a busy ballroom, but I think we killed all the people in it.
Well, when you look around, you notice that Caldrian's hat, sitting about 10 feet away, begins to sort of jostle and move. And before long, 4 legs, sort of like insect legs almost, sort of sprout underneath it. And its eyes blink at you, and it sort of slowly, morosely begins to walk its way toward Cal.
Yeah. I think once it gets into enough contact, I'm going to peg her up and put her on her body and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm trying. I'm trying. Yeah, I don't know where Gregory is. Is Gregory hiding in the pocket of Cal's, I'm assuming?
Well, when you lay the hat on Cal's chest, it blinks up at you. And you also notice a little furry body begin to scurry out of Cal's pocket, and it climbs up onto Cal's chest as well. And there's this moment where you're not completely sure that either one of them are going to do anything else because they've just sort of sat still there for so long.
Cal, I don't know if you're in there. I don't even know if you can hear me. But you gotta come back. I know we haven't known each other very long, but we all kind of need each other, and you're needed here. And you seem to have a higher purpose that even I don't know, and you gotta come back. I don't know how to bring you back, but you gotta come back. There are people here who need you. And I'm just gonna pet George the porcupine.
Gregory the porcupine.
Gregory the porcupine.
He sort of walks up to Cal's face, and he puts his little paw on his chin and sort of pushes his face sideways like he's nudging him. And Gregory lowers his arm. And he looks up at you. And he sort of, when you look into his eyes, there's like a moment of recognition. Like both of you sort of innately know each other because of where he's from and who you are. And you hear a voice say to you, "Honey, I think he's gone." As the mimic sort of stands up, begins to walk toward you.
No, you don't understand. He can't be gone. It's my job to save him. There are people here who need him, and it's my job to save him. So we got to figure out a way, right? Like we can't. He a beacon. I don't even know what that means, but apparently it's real important. So he's got to come back.
Gregory sort of climbs up onto your lap, and he sort of walks toward you on your knee, and then nuzzles himself against you, and then buries himself into your pocket. Do you think you could help me and the little one get out of here? The hat says to you.
We can't leave him here. We can't leave him here. He's my friend. He's a beacon. We can't leave him here.
Then he's gone.
He's not gone. He can't be gone. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Daddy, did you enjoy your dinner? Your little boy says as he sort of pokes and plays and almost playfully hits his sister in the arm.
This dinner since yesterday.
Mommy does a great job, don't she, Daddy? And he looks over
Always.
at your wife, who is a very petite elven woman. She says, "Thank you, dear." And she walks over to you, and she bends and kisses you on the cheek. Go feed the horses, children. And the two kids look at each other and kind of chuckle. And they both hop up. "We'll be right back." And they sort of scurry away. And your wife, finally getting to sit down, sits down beside you and says, "Well, how was work today, love?"
Oh, you know, the hammer did most of it.
As it always does. And she gives you a big wink. Did you hear about the visitors? I'm told we have a few visitors.
Yeah, I took the little one to see him, and I don't know. The shopkeeper said they were super weird.
I did the same. I heard they were talking about the king. You think he's back?
You know that the king is the undead. So it's only a matter of time. As long as you don't come trifling in the village.
I'm sure. If he did, you'd protect us, right? And she leans over and sort of kisses you on the cheek. You hear this.
Oh,
Hold on. Are we unfrozen?
yep.
Yes.
What happened?
We got frozen for a minute.
Okay.
Are you guys back to being able to hear me and things?
Everybody wave.
Okay, yeah, I think we're here. What was the last thing you guys heard?
Said as long as you don't come trifling in the village, and then that was like it.
Okay.
Yep.
She leans forward and she says, "Well, I'm sure if you did, you'd protect us, right, dear?" And she leans over and sort of kisses you on the cheek.
You know the hammer will do his job.
Trusty Steve, and she pats the biggest hammer on your belt with 14 other hammers beside it. It's at that moment that you sort of hear a strange noise. It sounds like angry voices sort of rising in unison from the outside.
I'm going to get up and go out there.
As you stand up, your wife stands up and she sort of wraps herself around your arm and she follows you out. And when you get outside, you see a man standing at the well. And he's holding your son off the ground. You don't recognize the man. And 3 or 4 villagers around them, yelling, trying to get him to stop, are immediately silenced by the second man standing beside him as their heads roll off of their shoulders and onto the ground. And you hear the man say, "It is of vital importance that you be aware that you are the subjects of the king of the God Scar." And then he snaps your son's neck as he hangs him over the well. There's a blood-curdling scream from beside you as your wife screams as her son's neck takes an unnatural angle. And she, not even to you, just kind of whispering to herself, says, "Go kill them." What do you do?
I'm going to immediately rage.
Okay. I need you to roll initiative, sir.
I got a 14.
All right. A 15 and a 16, so I go first. The first guy, holding your son above the well, smiles, and you watch his two fangs sort of glisten in the lightning in the sky above you. I think your daughter would enjoy being with your son. And he drops your son down the well. And he pulls out a sword with a loud shink. Let's get his whole turn. The second gentleman, he looks back and he sort of chuckles and he makes eye contact with you. And in the blink of an eye, faster than you can process, he is by your side. And you hear a wet... When you look to your left, his sword is through your wife's heart. And her eyes, not locked on him, locked on you, don't look sad or scared. They look angry. And she says it again. Kill them. And then she sort of relaxes into death. It's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the fling tongue.
All right.
Light hammer. And let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna smash him right in the face with it.
Roll to hit.
$19.
19 crits, actually, because you're a barbarian. So roll your max. I think we're going to do double damage instead of maximum damage. So roll your damage and we'll just double it.
All right. So 9. All right. So I got a 9 plus 8, 17 plus 11, which is a 28.
28. And you're doing fire damage, right?
So it was the 9 plus 8 regular, and then the 11 is fire damage.
Okay, cool. As you smash this into the side of his head, fire sort of engulfs his head for a moment, and you hear an audible gasp as he's shocked at this. You get the impression that they expected to roll into another village like they do always and just decimate everyone. And so when his head ignites, he gets to frantically pat at his head. You have a second attack.
All right, with the second attack, I am going to, in my other hand, pull out the 9-life Stealer Light Hammer. And I'm going to hit him right in the face with it.
Hell yeah. Roll the hit.
God, what the fuck is this character? Damn.
I had to give him motivation to come with you guys.
I got a...
watching your family die will do the trick.
17.
A 17 hits, so roll damage.
All right. So this particular hammer is real fun.
Okay, what's it do? Tell me.
All right, so if they have fewer than 100 hit points, which they do now that I just smacked them with that other hammer.
They did before.
Weapon, roll a 20. Creature must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be slain instantly as the sword tears the life force from its body.
God damn. Okay, you plant this hammer in his forehead, and instead of his head crushing in like you would expect, it just stops. and he begins to wither away like a bug being drained by a spider. He just, and you watch his life force be pulled into the hammer as his husk just falls. You killed one. That means it is the other one's turn. Having seen what you just did, he hisses through clenched teeth and bared fangs. You village folk think you're special, but you're no king. And when he comes, you will bow to his feet. And he pulls out his second sword and begins to rush forward. He's going to take 2 slashes at you.
All right.
11 and 5. Do either of those hit?
Nope.
Yeah, and you just sort of dodge out of the way. You can see how frustrated he is, so he steps back and takes a legendary action. He sort of, and when he exhales, blood begins to drip and drop out of his pores, every pore in his face and his skin and his hands, and then they turn into spikes, almost like they're being controlled by magic. And now this vampire standing in front of you, holding these 2 swords, is covered in red spikes. Your turn.
Just check my HP real quick. All right. First, I am going to let's see here. I'm going to take up the Flame Tongue Light Hammer.
Yeah.
And I am going to swing for the middle of his chest.
All right, swing to hit.
All right. 13?
A 13 does not hit.
Damn it.
But you are raging,
All right.
so you get a second hit.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing with the second hit. All right. 16?
16 does hit. Meets it, beats
All
it.
right. So the hammer catches on fire.
Okay.
So I did 15 regular damage and then 7 fire damage.
Okay, so that 7 fire damage is doubled. That's 15 and 14 is 28. Is that right?
Right.
29, I think. All right, that makes it his turn again. He's hit by the impact of your hammer, and all of the places where the spikes were just sort of shatter and fall away. And he takes a step back, and his eyes are big. He's in shock, and he goes to thrust his sword through you. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Excellent. All right. He does 16 damage to you as his sword plunges through your hip, then back out. And he sort of
All
smiles, and as he pulls the blade back out, blood flashes all over his face, and it's your turn again.
All right. So I'm going to take out the hammer of the 9 lives, or 9 lives Stealer Light Hammer is what it's called.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit him right in the mouth with it.
Okay. Let me roll my saving throw. Okay, as long as you hit him, he's okay.
I got a natural 20.
Okay. No need for damage to be rolled, my friend. Your hammer plants in his face, and his fangs cave in and break away. There's a moment of shock as he too, like his friend, is just sucked in. His life force is sucked into this hammer, and his husk that falls limp to the ground. You look around and you see the bodies of your slain village people. And you know your daughter and your son are dead at the bottom of this well. And you look back at your wife. The gaping wound in her chest. She lays dead as well. And the camera sort of pans out a little, and it watches as Calathor kneels. And he puts his hand in the blood of the vampire he just killed. The Godscar wants a king. I will give them a king. And he runs the hand over his face. He says, I will give them a king in red. And he stands up, and when he raises his hammer above his head, the purple lightning over his head begins to flash red instead of purple. Fenna. You've waited about half an hour. And it's just not happening.
Okay. Did I see where everyone else went? I don't even know if at the time it happened, I know where other people went.
You didn't immediately see. You left before they left, but it wouldn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that the big blank doorway behind the throne is probably where the others ran.
Oh, it was a hidden door.
Yeah. The throne slid back, revealing the door, and then sideways, almost like a library.
Is it like still open?
Yeah.
And from where they ran?
Yep.
Oh, goody. Okay. Okay. I think what I would do then is using like elementalism and mending. I would like to try to craft like a little place for Cal then, like a little dais.
Okay.
For his body to lay on.
That's not hard to do.
And then I want to make sure I have Viscus and the Mimic Hat and Gregory, the porcupine, whatever his name is. And right before I leave, I just want to just like with every bit a little Fenna's might, I want to push a message into Cal. Like, I know that he is probably not here and he probably can hear me, but I want to just send a message saying, come back. If you're in there, come back.
Okay. You feel the summon of your powers, now understanding that even here you are in nature. A bed of flowers begins to grow and sprout underneath him. And you whisper in his ear, I know you're not here, but can you please come back? And you go to stand up, and when you stand up, there's no response.
Okay, well, I guess I would go try to find my friends.
As you walk away, Cal's hat, now resting on your shoulder, holds out a tentacle to your neck and says, Do you want to wear me until we get out of here?
I'm just gonna carry you if that's okay. You're not mine.
I kind of like my new shape anyway. She sort of ruffles her little feathers. And
I gotta know, when attached to Fenna, what does the hat look like? Just out of curiosity.
You don't know. You didn't put it on. But its eyes sort of rotate around, and they sort of watch Cal's form disappear as you walk into the hallway.
Interesting. Okay.
You walk the rest of the way down the hallway, getting a pretty clear indicator that your friends went this way. And before long, you find a fire with a corpse above it. And the chest of the corpse has been sort of pulled open, and exposed is a glowing blue stone.
Great. Do I touch the butt? Do I not touch the butt?
It's up to you. What do you do?
I'm thinking. Do I have anything to touch the butt with? No. I don't carry shit. Can I make like an Arcana check to see like if I can guess what this thing is?
Yeah.
Or what it does?
Absolutely. Roll it.
13.
The most logical course of action somehow 3 people did not think to do.
15, 16, 17, 18.
18's pretty good. And with your newfound connection to not just nature, but to magic through nature, you get that this is like a portal, like a sending stone, but it works for touching it. It becomes pretty evident what it is.
And do I sense I feel like I've been around Supplement at least long enough that I would know their scent of like their flavor of magic. Do I like feel them around here? Do I feel like they...
You don't feel any kind of residual magic or anything. But you get a pretty good idea what happened here.
The Supplement touch the butt? Yeah, that seems like something Supplement would do. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I would touch the butt.
Okay. You reach up, and your little fingers, barely on your tippy toes, graze the blue stone. And Fenna disappears. And that is where we end the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Monster.
Oh, Cal's eyes flitter open.
Fuck you.
And that is where we end
Yeah, of course.
Thank you guys
I
for
sat
playing
there
with me.
so patiently, trying to save Cal's life. God damn it, Cal.
There's a point when Zalari was letting a couple tears go, son. Not too shabby.
We thought Cal was over.
We like
There
it.
was so much unlived potential in Caldrian.
I know. And I was trying to make sure I had all the shit, because if he comes back, he's going to be like, where's all the gold chains?
Yeah,
All
you
the
just
shit.
got all the shit. Thank you guys for playing with me. This was originally going to be a much longer session, but like I said, I wanted to split it in 2 because nobody wants to sit here for 5 hours, including me. But we will resume it when next we meet. Let me do my outro real quick. Give me 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us to play D&D this evening. My name is Wes Bjornson. I am your DM now and forever. And don't forget that you've met the Red King now. Keep it creepy, guys.